Kailabreece.
Oscar Wilde wrote that beauty has as many meanings as man has moods. Beauty is a symbol of symbols. Beauty reveals everything because it expresses nothing. When it shows us itself, it shows us the whole fiery colored world. Beauty is a form of genius, is higher indeed than genius, as it needs no explanations. It is one of the greatest facts in the world, like sunlight or springtime, or the reflection in the dark water of that silver shell we call the moon. I admit that I think that it is better to be beautiful than to be good. But on the other hand, no one is more ready than I am to acknowledge that it is better to be good than to be ugly. No object is so ugly that under certain conditions it will not look beautiful, and no object is so beautiful that under certain conditions it will not look ugly. No object is so beautiful that under certain conditions it will not look ugly. Wow. Was Mr. Wilde trying to say that nothing and everything was really beautiful? The notion of beauty is studied as aesthetic philosophy and has been a recurring concept in all cultures. 18th century philosopher Immanuel Kant thought beauty to be the result of sensory analysis, emotional analysis, and intellectual analysis all at once. Many have tried to argue that beauty and truth are synonymous. Well, what do we know? We know that today, beauty tastes, smells, sounds, looks different in all cultures on earth. And when it does seem to agree, it's because the cultures are closely related. So it would seem as if we would accept the idea of aesthetic relativism, basically saying that the judgment of beauty is relative to individuals, cultures, time periods, and contexts, and that there is no universal criterion for beauty. Beauty is merely aesthetic. What do I mean by that? Well, beauty is just sensory emotional value, an internal critical reflection of our senses. In addition, aesthetic judgments may be culturally conditioned. They could be linked to judgments of economic, political, and moral value. Some might say that beauty is predictable, others that it is unpredictable. Consider art, music, food, and sexual desires. What is beautiful? Is beauty more than just a concept? Is it a dialogue between our minds and our souls? Confucius wrote, "Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it." I think that statement in particular encapsulates what beauty is. It is a personal perspective. And in the end, what is beautiful is only what we can see as beautiful. My question to my fellow intellectuals is this: are there objective standards of beauty? Or is beauty, as they say, merely in the eye of the beholder? Is beauty defined by the individual or by the group? To me, beauty is relative. But then again, I subscribe to relativism in most forms, thanks in part to my friends David Hume and Friedrich Nietzsche. I say beauty cannot be absolute. I wouldn't consider the ancient Greek statue of Venus de Milo a portrayal of a beautiful woman, but I might like to see a statue of Victoria's Secret model Marissa Miller. The point is, beauty has changed. And not just physical beauty, but the word beauty. The classical use of beauty as a word was an adjective to describe ripe fruit, not beautiful women. I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but as cultures mesh, we might one day have similar eyes. The very experience of beauty involves interpretation, which in essence makes beauty purely subjective. I want to end with a quote because there are so many freaking good quotes regarding beauty. Mr. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Love of beauty is taste, and the creation of beauty is art." This is kailabreece. What do you know?